All right, well, it's time to talk about one of the greatest old classic hidden gem games in Rockstar's entire roster. Now, Rockstar is known for its GTAs and its Red Dead Redemptions, but it has a few actually stunning games that are just kind of hidden in its backlog. And LA Noire is one of those games by a mile. Now, LA Noire is not typically like your GTA game. It's very story driven. It's very focused, despite being narrative heavy and as well as, fairly open world and creates a unique setting. It's a game where you're obviously a detective, so it has a lot of detective gameplay mechanics. You're sifting through garbages, looking for evidence, writing in your notebook, coming up with plans and interrogating people, and its core mechanics are essentially its only gameplay function, which is fine enough, and especially as a game that you want to go back to. Now, I'm writing this review as I'm currently playing it. Now, I've beaten this game a couple times, so I know the length and everything that goes on in this game. But man, is it ever a good game to come back to. I mean, it's just a game that you become so compelled with. Its story, Cole Phelps, the setting, 1940s LA, the crime. It's so compelling as a story, and you just want to learn every little angle of this crime drama. Now, it is a kind of older game. I mean, it came out in 2011, so I mean, now that would mark it nearly in echelons of close to, 15 or 20 years old. But it doesn't feel that way. It feels like a game that you could even have said is as good as games coming out today because it gives you so much and it allows you to explore so much, and it's just such an interesting, unique game. And you can't talk about LA Noire without talking about the incredible facial animations. Now, I play on PC with, updated graphics engine, reshade, and a little bit of tweaks here and there, max settings, stuff like that. That people probably wouldn't have played similar to in back in the 2011, like what was that, Xbox 360 era? Who knows? So yeah, this is the top echelons of what you get, but man, is it ever incredible. There are games that come out today that don't have as good looking faces as LA Noire. Now, it's a part of the gameplay mechanics, of course. You're interrogating people, you're seeing what their reactions, their facial uh, 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 reactions to, whether they're lying or telling the truth. So it's part of the gameplay mechanic, but I can't get over how just like good the faces look, the capture of it. Clearly there's some mechanics, but it's an effect that looks really, really good, and it holds up more than holds up today, as it almost looks like you're looking at real people's faces. It is a slightly tricky game. You've got to kind of, pay attention. You can make mistakes, and that can burn you. And you can, say the wrong things, interrogate the wrong person, spend time just mindlessly looking around and not catching on to the case. But overall, it's a pretty streamlined experience. And, the combat's fluent enough. Everything works okay, as far as movement and interaction. So, I mean, it's a fairly easy game to play, but you really got to keep pay attention because some of the core mechanics of, the investigations and following the stories and narratives is important to play in this game. So yeah, this is definitely a 9 out of 10 type experience. It's one of Rockstar's hidden gems, and you need to play it. It just is. It's a game entirely relevant. Now on PC, I had a little bit issues with the resolution, and of course, like I mentioned, I had Reshade and VPatch installed. But I mean, I would imagine it's just as playable on like the base consoles back in the day if people have that hidden in the closet somewhere. You wouldn't really have much issues digging this thing out and playing it on TV or whatever. LA Noire is proof that gaming today doesn't require the latest, greatest, Unreal Engine 5 that came out today. We can play these games that have been out for a very long time over many generations of consoles, and they're still so fantastic and so hold up today. It's a compelling experience. It just draws you in. You want to conclude the story. And, after 15 years since I played the thing, realistically speaking, it's like I've been playing it again for the first time again. I remember little experiences here and there in the story, but when you take the span of 10 years after or 11 years of going through a playthrough of a game, it's like you're playing it again for the first time. And when you have a game so fantastic as LA Noire, realistically speaking, it's like a whole new game. And it's so, so, so amazing to just see the time period. It's a very unique time period. So you got to hand it to Rockstar. I mean, they're the masters of this. They've created a whole different world. It feels like 1940s LA is like a different world than today. The way the streets work, the way there's telephones on street corners. It just feels like you're stepping into a portal back in time. And these are the types of games I like so much. Games like Mafia 2, Mafia the first game, the remasters, is that these are great games because they realistically just transport you to a different time period, and it's amazing what they can do narratively towards these experiences. And I'd be lying to say that after playing New York, LA Noire for hours, makes you want to be a 1940s detective. You're like, ooh, I could be a detective. Let's go out and be a detective. This would be so cool. How cool would it be to be this way? So I mean, it really steps you into the shoes of what these kinds of characters would be like and think like it. So I mean, this is one of Rockstar's hidden gems. I just cannot praise this game enough, and it's so amazing that in today's world that we can just go back to a game from 2011 and it's like, wow, how incredible of a story and how incredible of an experience is this. Not to say that I wouldn't wish for an LA Noir 2, more open world, more cases, more, maybe there's a case editor or something that randomizes. And I don't know. There's a million things you could potentially do with this, but what we have is a nice, clean package that's available. People can play it. It's not super, super, hidden. It is on Steam. It's on Switch. It has a very good game that you can just play. So yeah, obviously I can't say enough good things about Noir. It's a fantastic game. You got to go back to it. You got to play it over again if you haven't played it in years. It's so good. And man, what a great LA Noir 2 would be, or something similar to this, because this is a great gameplay. A detective solving crime game is so utterly unique, and this is the kind of game that, man, it's super cool to play these types of games when, yeah, I mean, you have games that come out today, but yeah, this is a classic hidden gem, and it's more than worth revisiting. Like I said, I'm playing through it right now. Cannot recommend it enough. Having a blast. LA Noire is goated.